We're back again with research methodology, and we're going to do a very significant and important part of research writing today, which is basically what is the bibliography and what are the appendices of a report. So we're going to talk about bibliography and annexure or appendix of the report and their significance. Let's first take a look at what is a bibliography. A bibliography is actually a well-organized list of all the references or resources that you have used to make that particular report. It gives you a full reference information of any source that you may have used and quoted or drawn inferences from, and it allows some authenticity to your research by allowing the reader of your report to trace whatever resources that you have utilized. So when we are writing a bibliography, basically we use the APA format, which is the American Psychological Association format here in India as well. And for research reports, we use the APA mostly unless it is specified otherwise. So we are going to use the last name first. Then we are going to use the name, comma. You're going to write the name of the article, comma, the name of the book or resource that you have used, comma, the edition, the name of the publisher, the name of the city in which it is published, and the year of publication. You could, as a citation, further go on to give the page numbers. In case you're using an article from a magazine, then what you have to do is you have to take the last name of the author first, the first name of the author first, then go on to the name of the article, go on then to write down the name of the journal from which you have drawn that article, then you have to give the edition and the number of that particular journal and the year of publication, and that is how you're going to give a reference. Today we use a lot of internet engines to power our research, so you could have some online references also. Always makes sense to also give the exact time at which you have drawn that particular internet reference and used it. As the site, of course, has to be authenticated, and you have to use a site which is actually sort of something which is giving you a good authentic reference or resource. Now let's look at what is annexure. An annexure is something like a document which is attached to the report. A schedule, on the other hand, is a list or inventory and a statement that is attached to a document which gives a detailed showing of all the matters referred to in that particular document. So at the end of your report, you could be wanting to give certain annexure. Maybe it could be some government of India, regulation on that particular topic or industry that you're doing the research on. It could be your own questionnaire and so on and so forth. Sometimes students ask me what is the difference between an annexure and an appendix. So while they are almost the same, let's take a look at this. An annexure is supplementary material attached at the end of the document, whereas an appendix is an addition to the document. The annexure could actually be a standalone document, but an appendix may not be able to stand alone as a document because it is only going to, for example, you're using a questionnaire, this would be an appendix. So it's only a sample questionnaire. The actual filled out questionnaires are going to be with you, and the data that you analyze is going to be from those. So this is not a standalone document. It is a sample of what kind of questionnaire you have used. Then the appendix is usually not written by the main author of the document. It is something which you are quoting from somewhere, or you've picked up this from somewhere and you are also presenting it because it adds to understanding of your report. But the appendix is going to be mostly written by the author of the main document. The annexures can be actually very, very long, whereas appendix doesn't have to be very long, and the annexures are mainly going to be used for technical reports or business feasibility reports, for instance, and the appendix is of course going to be used by researchers also, by student researchers also, and so on and so forth. So this is basically what is the difference between annexure and appendix. At the end of our reports, and especially in our student project reports, you will have the appendix, and mostly what we put into it is either the schedule of questions you're going to ask in your interview, or it could be a questionnaire that you have used and a sample of it is put into the appendix, and that's what's going to make your report more complete. Besides this, sometimes you also have a glossary, which is definition of all the technical terms that you have used in it. That goes as a separate appendix in that particular section of the report. So that's all for today. Thank you so much, and hope to see you soon for the last segment of report.